I still remember the moment my phone buzzed and her name lit up the screen. I'm ready to be your wife again. I froze, my thumb hovering over the screen, unsure if I wanted to reply, or if I even should. It had been months since we had spoken properly. Months since I felt the warmth in her smile, or the weight of her hand in mine. Part of me wanted to throw caution to the wind, to believe that maybe, somehow, we could go back. Another part, the one that hadn't forgiven, whispered that this might be a trap, a test, or worse, a lie. I typed back a simple hesitant. When do you want to come over? Her response was immediate. Tonight. I'll be there around 7. I hung up, my chest tight. I didn't know whether to be excited or suspicious. Memories of laughter and quiet nights together fought for space with those of arguments, secrets, and the creeping suspicion I had buried deep inside myself. I told myself to wait, to stay calm, to see her face before letting my emotions run wild. But as 7 o'clock approached, every small sound in the house made me flinch. The mail slot clanging, a car door slamming. Even the hum of the refrigerator felt ominous. When she arrived, she walked in smiling, all innocence and charm, but something in the set of her jaw made me uneasy. She didn't hug me immediately. She set down her bag, glanced around, and said softly, "It's good to see you." That smile should have been comforting, but instead it made my chest tighten. As we sat down, small things started to bother me. Her phone buzzed on the counter, and I caught a glimpse of a name I didn't recognize. She immediately snatched it, laughing it off as a work message, but my gut twisted. The way she avoided my eyes when I mentioned the past, the way she shifted in her chair, it was all wrong. I wanted to believe her, to let the past go, but my instincts were screaming. I pretended to make coffee, tried to act normal, while my heart pounded in my chest. I kept seeing her in little flashes, not the woman sitting across from me now, but the one I remembered sneaking texts, making late-night calls, brushing off my questions. It wasn't long before I found it. A notification popped up, a small preview from a messaging app she thought I didn't know existed. I froze. My own hands felt heavy as I picked up the phone. There was messages that made my stomach drop, messages with someone else, someone she'd been meeting while claiming to work late or run errands. Months of deception, right there in plain text. My throat felt dry, my heart racing. I wanted to scream, to throw her out, to demand explanations, but instead I just sat there, feeling like my own life had been a lie. I looked at her, and I saw that flash of recognition in her eyes. The moment she realized I had found out. "I can explain," she stammered. But her explanation was a tangle of half-truths, regret, and excuses that sounded rehearsed. She admitted she had felt lonely, that she hadn't meant for it to go as far as it did, that she thought we would never forgive each other anyway. I listened, feeling the betrayal seep into every part of me, but also a strange numbness, as if I was observing someone else's life rather than my own. I remembered our anniversary dinners, our quiet nights on the couch, the way she used to laugh when I made terrible puns. Every memory that used to bring warmth now felt tainted, like I had been living inside someone else's story. My hands trembled as I held her gaze, torn between the love I still had and the unbearable sting of betrayal. "I can't," I whispered finally, my voice breaking. "Not now. Not after this. Not after everything." Her face crumpled, and for a moment I almost felt pity. Almost. But I knew pity wouldn't undo the months of lies, the sleepless nights, the trust shattered like glass. She tried to reach for my hand, but I pulled back, gently but firmly. "I need to rebuild myself first," I said. "I can't live in a house full of questions and doubts. You've hurt me more than I thought anyone could." She nodded, tears glistening in her eyes, but I could see it, the realization that this time I wasn't hers to manipulate. She left quietly, the front door clicking shut behind her. I stayed in the living room for a long time, listening to the echo of her absence, letting the silence wrap around me. It hurt. God, it hurt more than I ever imagined. But amidst the heartbreak, I felt a quiet strength building inside me. I didn't need her apology, her promises, or her return. I needed myself. And slowly, painfully, I realized that life could go on, even if it was scarred by betrayal. I would remember the love, yes, but I wouldn't allow it to blind me anymore. That night, I finally let myself breathe again. Not forgiveness, not reunion, just the raw, unfiltered truth. I had been hurt, but I wasn't broken. I had been betrayed, but I was still standing. And that I knew was enough.